Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Although I consider myself a healthy person, when I was younger, I didn't exercise and I wasn't active. I didn't see the point and I couldn't get myself excited about it. But a little later in life, after going through a period of stress and out of sheer necessity, I started exercising. And the change in my life was incredible, not just physically, but also mentally. I found energy, focus, and resilience that I didn't know it was possible to have. And since then, I've never looked back. And now, as a doctor who is passionate about health and well-being, I talk about exercise with my patients every single day. Because after all, it's one of the most powerful things you can do for your physical and mental health. More powerful actually than anything I could prescribe you. It improves mood, it improves health, and it prevents disease. But yet, so many people I see struggle to make an exercise habit stick. So in this video, I'm going to share the 5 most common reasons people fail to build an exercise habit and give you my strategies on how you can fix it in your life. Number 1, the wrong kind of exercise. You don't have to go to the gym. You just have to move. The thing is, too many people try to force themselves into workouts or exercise types that they actually hate because they feel like they should, or they take advantage of offers or promotions which sounded like a good idea at the time. But there are literally thousands of different ways to exercise. And here's the thing, if you don't enjoy the type of exercise you've chosen, you are never going to keep doing it. Now, me personally, I enjoy exercise that engages my mind as well as my body and gets me outdoors. For example, rock climbing and cycling. Those are things that light me up. I don't have to convince myself to do them because I look forward to doing them. But give me another kind of exercise, like going to a gym, and I know that I would take any excuse possible to skip the opportunity. The key is this. Find something that gives you energy and that you are going to look forward to, as this will maximize your chance of actually keeping to that exercise habit. For you, it could be dancing, it could be yoga, it could be outdoor sports, it could even be lifting weights. Number 2, fitting exercise in instead of scheduling it. Now, this one is huge. We are so busy nowadays in life. Work, family, social arrangements, it's non-stop. And I see so many people trying to fit in exercise when they have the time, especially people with young families or dependents. But here's the reality. Waiting for that perfect moment is the worst thing you can do, because guess what? It will never come. Because when you get home at the end of a long day's work, the last thing you're going to do when you're feeling totally burned out is get up and get yourself off to the gym. It's just not going to happen. It's easier to reach for a pack of biscuits. In life, we schedule the things we value the most. We schedule our work meetings, we schedule our birthdays, we schedule important family events. And exercise has to go in the same bucket, because once it's scheduled, you're actually far more likely to do it. If exercise is just floating around in the background as something you might do, it's always going to be the first thing to get bumped off your list when life gets too busy. So make sure that you put exercising in the diary and treat it with the same importance that you would treat any other commitment. Number 3, exercising at the wrong time. Now, this isn't what you think I'm going to say, because there's a lot of talk out there about when the best time to exercise is. Morning versus evening, fasted versus fed. But from my perspective, here's the most important thing. The best time to exercise in the day is the time that actually works for you. Because I would rather you exercise at some point in the day than aiming for the perfect time of day from a scientific perspective, but actually not getting around to doing it. So I know people who love working out early in the morning, and I know others for who working out in the morning is absolute torture. There are people who find that evening exercise messes up with their sleep, and for others it's the perfect way to wind down. Personally, I find that exercising first thing in the morning is the right thing for me because it clears my head and sets my tone for the day. But the key is this: find the time that fits your life and not someone else's. because we are all individual and unique, and what works for someone else is not necessarily what's going to work for you. From my perspective, the perfect workout at the wrong time is far worse than an imperfect workout that you actually do on a regular basis. Number 4, lack of accountability. I'm going to ask you something. Would you cancel on a friend? Would you cancel on your boss? Would you cancel on a business meeting or on a date? I'm guessing you probably wouldn't. But I bet you cancel on yourself all the time. And that's why accountability matters. Don't get me wrong. If you're good at being accountable to yourself and you can keep to your own commitments, great. But not a lot of people are like that, including myself. If you can work out with someone else, even once a week, it can make a huge difference because you're less likely to back out if someone else is counting on you. Because guess what? There's a huge difference between letting yourself down and letting someone else down. It's crazy, but it's just true. We just don't prioritize ourselves like we prioritize other people. And by the way, if you hire a personal trainer or a coach, even better, because now you've got money in the game. And let's be honest, most of us hate wasting money. So find a training partner, join a class, or simply just message a friend every time you plan to exercise. Whatever it takes to create a little bit of accountability, a little bit of gentle pressure to make sure that you stay consistent and don't give up on yourself. Number 5, aiming for perfection. And this one's personal. Social media is flooded with exercise gains, ultra marathons, gym selfies, people doing Ironmans, you name it. And it's so easy to think, what's the point in what I'm doing? Because I'll never be able to do that. Or worse, setting yourself huge goals that you're never going to achieve because ultimately you're just not an ultra sports person and never will be. The truth is that any movement is better than no movement at all. Your 7-minute walk still counts for something. Your 20-minute stretching session still counts. Your 7-minute abs workout still counts. Don't measure yourself by other people. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Because over time, those small wins will lead to big gains for you and your personal health and well-being. Consistency is going to beat intensity every single time. And if you're like me, if you're someone who tends to go from 0 to 100 and choose the most competitive thing and then crash and stop everything, my advice to you is to start small and build gradually. The aim is to create a habit and not a highlight reel for your social media feed. And now what I want you to do is to choose one of these 5 points that feels most true to you. Which one of these is holding you back from exercising? And I want you to fix it this week. If it's a scheduling issue, get out your diary right now and block out 3 20-minute sessions. If it's accountability, message a friend and commit to going on a walk together. And if it's picking the right activity, go out and try something new this weekend. Don't hesitate a moment longer. Get started today. And if you want to find out the 4 hidden reasons you're struggling with your mental health, click here to watch the next video.